Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Carter. I recently did a declutter of my eyeshadow palettes and I asked my subscribers if they would like to see any tutorials with my older palettes, and Kat Jones said that she would like to see a Gwen Stefani by Urban Decay palette tutorial, so that is what we're going to do today. I'm really excited about it. I'm just going to be doing my eyes and we're going to be doing a talk through style, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that I did was prime my eyes. I have a small sample of the Urban Decay Eden eyeshadow primer. This used to be one of my favorites, but I don't know. I'm kind of not loving this sample. It might just be the sample. And then I set my primer with just a basic matte eyeshadow. This is the first time I've tried this one, and I'm not having great results today. I can't say if it's the sample of this or the powdering of this, but I didn't love this. So the first thing that I want to do is build up my transition shade, and I'm going to start with this one right here. It is called Anaheim. So I'm just throwing this into the outer crease area, and basically what we're going to do is keep the concentration of color on the outer corner and blend inward and upward as that product leaves the brush. And what this transition shade is going to do for us is start to build definition in the crease. So this is really important for me because I have like a folded or a hooded crease, but it also really helps everything later. So everything that you blend on top of the shade is going to be smoother and more beautiful. And it's helping you achieve a gradient from kind of your darkest color right here in the crease, and then blending out to your lightest colors as you approach your brow bone. Another thing that I do a lot is wipe my brushes off mid-blend. If I ever think that I have too much product on the brush, I will go ahead and wipe it off. That way I'll get a smoother blend. What I don't want is me to have too much product on my brush and then start blending it higher and higher, and then my darker colors get way too high. Then when I'm done blending my transition shade, I will wipe my brush off one more time and then just really softly go over the edges. I'm going to go in a punk down here in the corner. It's a reddish brown shade, and I'm going to take that through the crease. I think I'm going to do a halo eye. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just really concentrate this on the outer corner and through the crease. So really just start by focusing on your outer V. And in case you aren't aware of what a halo eye is when there is depth and dimension on the outside and the inside of the eye. And as you can see, when you go in and just add little bits of product at a time, it just blends out perfectly. It makes it so much easier on you, I promise. And you also want to go ahead and run that color through your crease. That's what really gives it the halo effect. When my eye is open, I want to be able to see it go all the way in, even if it is just a very little bit. And you definitely want to use a smaller brush when you get into these darker colors in your crease, because you want to keep it more precise. You don't want this dark color going too high, too low, anything. You want more control over this darker color. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some of the leftover color that's on my brush onto the other crease. Just lightly taking it through there, because I'm getting to the point where I want to blend this higher to make sure the edges are nice and blended. And I don't want to do that with a ton of product on my brush, or the product will get too high and I might start looking too smoky. Okay, so the second element of a halo eye is that we want to have a really bright light pop in the center of your eye. It's going to bring attention to your eye. It's going to help your eye pop. So I have to pick. I have choices to make here. I want to do like a golden shade. So I could pick Bathwater right here, but I could also pick this more green gold shade called 1987. I think I'm going to go with the Bathwater to make it more wearable, but if you want to be super edgy and a little bit more daring, I think that would be a really fun color. It's like a green tinsely gold, and I'm just going to pop that on with my finger. I'm going to go back in with a different finger and just try to blend out the edges a little bit. Because a lot of times with a halo eye, it can look really distinct where it switches from dark to light to dark again. We don't want it to look distinct. We want to blend it. I'm just going to blend it really softly, just blending the darker colors, blending from the darker side to the lighter side. So if you need to, at this point, you can jump back into your darker color. I usually do, just to make sure that my center light color isn't taking over my eye. And I just dot a little bit more onto the eye so that, you know, my beautiful depth that I spent time building up in the crease and in the inner corner does not disappear with the addition of the lighter color. And it also does help us make sure we get a nice little blend going on. So I'm going to do my eyeliner before I jump into my lower lashes. It's just a personal preference. You can do your eyeliner later, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. This is the Urban Decay eyeliner pencil in Smog, and I'm a huge fan of tight lining. I just think it makes all the difference, so I'm going to tight line with that. It's going to help my lashes look really thick and voluminous. And I'm going to go ahead and take this on kind of the outer half of my lower waterline as well. I'm going to concentrate the color on the outer corner of my waterline, and then as it blends in, I kind of want that color to taper off. I'm just going to grab this brush. It's like a flat, short shader, but it does have a little bit of thickness to it, so it will allow me to blend. What I'm going to do is pick up Anaheim, and I'm just going to gently press it in on one side of the brush. That way the product is only on one side, and I have more control. Tapping off the excess because we are working with a lower lash line. We don't want things to get crazy. They can get crazy quickly. And then I'm just going to take this color and just really keep it right at the lashes. Just keep it right at the roots of the lashes when you're using this brush, because we want to make sure that it's not blending down. If we want to blend it down later, we will. But right now, when we're just applying the eyeshadow to the lower lash line, we're going to concentrate it in the outer corner and then really keep it at the lash line. It's adding a nice kind of gray, grungy smoke to my lower lash line that I'm really enjoying. So now I'm going to go in and highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. I'm just going to use the same brush because I didn't use a lot of heavy color on this. If you did use a darker color or you used a heavy amount, you would really want to switch brushes or at least clean this one off because we're about to go in with a lighter shade and we don't want to muddy our lighter shade up. I'm going to take the shade Skimp. This is such a light iridescent shade. Some people might have a hard time getting it to show up on their skin. And I'm going to pop this color. It is a shimmery color, so I'm going to concentrate it right here at the arch of my eyebrow. And really concentrate that color there. As it leaves the brush, then we can blend it out more. So then I will start to move it along the brow. And this will give us a really nice pop. It'll help our eye look nice and lifted. And it'll add a nice contrast to the dark colors we have going on here. And again, when I use a shimmery shade for this, I really like to keep the shimmery part concentrated at the brow bone and at the top of the eye. If I personally blend my shimmery shade down far, it makes my eye look droopy instead of lifted. That's just for me, you know, you do what works best for your eye. It's not, makeup is not like one size fits all rule. Our eye, like the shapes of our faces and our skin and just our differences in bone structure, it changes what we can do to each individual face. So I really like a bright inner corner. What about you guys? I think that it adds a lot, and I think it adds a lot of freshness and like a certain youthfulness. So I feel that I need to add a little bit more of this deep color punk on this eye. Because we've done so much with our eyeshadow today, I'm going to go ahead and leave eyeliner off. Just leave it exactly how it is. I'm going to go in with a couple, maybe several. I can't lie. Sometimes we get into the several zone. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch. All right, guys, so this is the rest of the look. I went with just bronzer and no blush. Just kept it nice and bronzy with a lot of highlights. Thank you so much to Kat for requesting a look with the Gwen Stefani palette, and Kelsey also requested the Kat Von D Monarch palette tutorial. So I will be doing the Monarch palette tutorial next, And I hope you guys enjoyed Gwen today. If you want to hop over to my eyeshadow palette Declutter and check out the palettes that I kept, I'm more than happy to do tutorials with older palettes that I've had for a while. And you can request any older palettes that you want to see looks from over there. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for sticking with me through this long outro. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you very soon.